You see it everywhere, right? AI-generated images that are just stunning, chatbots that feel like you're talking to a real person. It's like we're living in an age of digital magic. But get this, a huge part of that magic comes from a piece of hardware that wasn't even made for AI. Not even close. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the unsung hero of this whole revolution. So, what is the secret ingredient? What's the one piece of hardware that's making all of this possible? I have a feeling the answer is gonna surprise you. It's the graphics processing unit, the GPU. And yeah, you heard that right. The same chip that makes the dragons in your video games look so real, that's the same tech that's now tackling some of the world's biggest problems. I mean, talk about an incredible pivot, right? And really, that journey from gaming to breakthrough science is exactly why we're calling the GPU AI's unsung hero. It's like its whole design, its entire architecture, which was meant for making pretty pictures, just happened to be the perfect setup for building these AI models that, not too long ago, felt like pure science fiction. Okay, so what is a GPU really? How did this thing go from just drawing pixels on a screen to basically powering the brains of modern AI? Let's break it down. So at its core, a GPU is this super specialized circuit, and it has one incredible superpower. It can do a ton of calculations all at the exact same time. And that one thing, that ability to work in parallel, that's the whole secret sauce right there. That's why it's so perfect for AI. And building one of these things is it's an amazing feat of engineering. Seriously, it all starts with this perfectly pure slice of silicon, a wafer. That's the foundation. Then they use light to literally etch billions, and I mean billions, of tiny little gates called transistors onto it. These are what control the electricity. Then you've got this super complex web of microscopic wires connecting everything, and the whole delicate thing gets put into a protective case to keep it safe and cool. It is literally like building a microscopic city. Okay, but to really get why the GPU is such a big deal, you have to compare it to the processor we all know, the CPU. The main brain in pretty much every computer. Because the difference between these two, that's what blew the doors open for modern AI. All right, here's a fantastic way to picture this. Think of a CPU as a world-class chef, a genius who can handle any complex task you throw at them, but they do it one thing at a time. That's sequential processing. Now the GPU, that's totally different. It's like an army of 1,000 line cooks. They all do the exact same simple task, like say chopping onions, all at once. That's parallel processing. And for the kind of repetitive math that AI needs, well, that's an absolute game changer. And this basic difference in how they work, one thing at a time versus everything at once, that's everything for AI. Your CPU is fantastic for, running your web browser or your operating system. But training a huge AI model, that means crunching through massive data sets with millions of really similar calculations over and over. That is absolutely a job for the army of line cooks, not the single master chef. And that's exactly why you just can't build modern AI without GPUs. So how does this parallel power actually, make AI happen? Let's look at the two main jobs that have turned the GPU into the absolute workhorse of the entire AI field. Well, it really comes down to two big things. First up is training. This is the really heavy lifting, where the AI model learns by chewing through just insane amounts of data. I mean, it's like trying to teach it the contents of an entire library. The GPU's parallel power can take a process that would take months or even years and shrink it way down. Then the second job is running the model. A lot of people call this inference. This is when the AI is all trained up and it's out in the world making predictions. And the GPU's speed here is what makes all those real-time apps even possible. I mean, just think about it for a second. A self-driving car has to make split-second decisions. A chatbot needs to give you an answer instantly. None of that could happen in real time if you didn't have a GPU in the background, just hammering through those calculations at lightning speed. They're absolutely crucial for making this stuff work. So it's this dual ability, right? The power to handle the marathon of training and the sprint of using the AI in real time. That's why the GPU isn't just another part of the AI story. No, it's the actual fuel for where this is all going. So let's wrap this up. The bottom line is this. GPUs are the engine of modern AI, period. Their special talent for parallel processing is just a perfect match for what AI needs. They make building AI faster, they make using AI faster, and they're pushing the whole field ahead. And as these AI models get bigger and more complex, well, the need for these incredibly powerful chips is just going to go through the roof. And that leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on. The GPU was kind of an accidental hero, right?
It was this piece of gaming tech that just happened to be the perfect tool for AI. But now we know what we need. So what comes after the GPU? What does hardware look like when you design it from day one, from the ground up, specifically for artificial intelligence? The answer to that question, that's going to be the next chapter.